If Spongebob were to play through a Pokemon game, how would he do it? And which Pokemon would he use? Well, today, I'll be stepping into Spongebob's squeaky shoes and trying to replicate how I think he would adventure across the Unova region in Pokemon Black. Now, I know other YouTubers have done similar concepts like this, so in no way am I trying to claim this as my own idea, but I just thought it would be something fun to try. Anyways, without further ado,
I'm ready!
Our journey began with Professor Mrs. Puffs asking for our name. She should know it by now, but whatever. Unfortunately, Spongebob didn't fit, so I guess we're going by Sponge for short. After meeting Squidward and Patrick, it was time to select our starter. If Spongebob were to start a Pokemon adventure, I think he would use his pet snail, Gary, as his first team member. So I decided to give myself a Shellos, as I felt like it most closely resembled Gary out of all the snail-like Pokemon. We then would have lost in the very first battles with Patrick and Squidward if it wasn't for Mudslap's ability to lower the foe's accuracy. Over in Accumula Town, Plankton, who has gotten a lot taller since the last time I saw him, was giving a big speech to the public to explain why he needed the Krabby Patty formula. Before we could confront him though, our arch nemesis, Bubble Bass, claimed that he could hear our Pokemon speak. Yeah, I don't know what he was talking about, so I quickly destroyed his puny cat. On Route 2, our mom caught up with us. Wait a second, does Spongebob even have a mom? Oh yeah, he does. Okay, cool. Anyways, she gave us our signature shoes, so now every time I take a step, this sound plays. Before reaching Striaton City, Patrick challenged us to a second battle, which Gary had no issues in winning. We then tracked down Squidward in the trainer school. I'm sure he was thrilled about that, and took care of his squad pretty easily. It was brought to my attention that the Krusty Krabs was serving Krabby Patties without me. I know, pretty crazy. So I barged into the restaurant and taught Mr. Krabs a lesson. After receiving our first gold star for the victory, we ran across 3 Planktons in the dream yard. Oh, nope, never mind. It was just an illusion. Thank goodness. Anyways, Squidward wanted revenge for his defeat last time, but I think he should just stick to playing the clarinet. With that out of the way, it was finally time to add a second Pokemon to the team, and Roggenrola made a great candidate for this position because
It's not just a boulder, it's a rock.
So we all know that Spongebob is secretly shredded to the gills. It might not look like it at first, but this image proves that the muscles are there. So, to represent this hidden form of Spongebob, I caught myself a throw. Buff Sponge was already showing off his skills in the next fight with Bubble Bass, as he took down all 3 of his Mons without even going below half health. The next gym leader to get a gold star from was Sandy, who apparently likes books. Buff Sponge doesn't care about reading though, as he crushed Herdier and Watchog. Unfortunately, Roggenrola did go down during the battle, and because Spongebob is just so nice and generous, I have to sell a random item every time one of my Pokemon get killed. Hey Siri, give me a number between 1 and 11.
The answer is 9.
Okay, number 9 is Great Balls. I mean, I guess I could just buy him again? Plankton's minions were continuing to cause havoc by stealing the wrong Dragon Skull, typical Plankton, and then running around Castelia City. Turns out we were able to trap him in this building, but Mermaid Man over here agreed to let them go for some reason. Since Mermaid Man made that awful decision, I punished him by destroying his weak little bug types and grabbing our third gold star. Patrick and Squidward were jealous of my 3 gold stars, so they tried battling me back to back on Route 4, but neither of their attempts succeeded. As I ventured into the desert resort, which is anything but a resort, our rock evolved into, an even bigger rock. Anyways, we all know Spongebob has a very special talent when it comes to singing. So, in order to represent this characteristic, I captured a maractus. With Spongebob's amazing voice on the microphone and Maractus's skillful playing of the maracas, they should make for a pretty solid duo. This tag team was already coming to fruition in the next battle with Bubble Bass, who really needs to stop talking smack to me, as it never works out for him. We did have a tough time going through the 4th gym, as Spongebob does possess a pretty bad fear of roller coasters. However, once we reached Pearl, the battle against her wasn't so bad, minus the fact that Shellos died. So... Okay, Siri, give me a number between 1 and 36.
It's 25.
Okay, I am very scared because I feel like this is one of the good items that we kind of recently just got. Hey, it's a moonstone, something I don't even need to use. Let's go. As we were leaving Nimbasa City, Squidward chased us down, which doesn't happen very often, but his team of 4 didn't really stand a chance against us. Inside of the cold storage in Driftvale City, Gary finally reached his full form, and I just couldn't be more proud of him, you know? It seems that Barnacle Boy needs to learn some lessons from the other gym leaders, because this one was by far the easiest. All 3 of his mons got taken out in a single hit. Patrick also needs to be taught some things, and not just stuff about Pokemon battling, let's be honest, because his team wasn't much better than Barnacle Boy's. Bubble Bass was added again at the end of Chargestone Cave, but his team still isn't up to par with my amazing creatures of Bikini Bottom. Maybe you should try and flip your own Krabby Patties for once, Bubble Bass. Inside of the Mistralton City Gym, our rock reached his fully evolved form. Because, you know, rocks can do that. We then used this absolute unit of a Pokemon to help us defeat Queen Amphitrite's team of flying types and receive our 6th gold star. Apparently Squidward lost his flute or something, so he really has nothing better to do besides taking us on in a fight. But I think he should find his flute as soon as possible, because this whole Pokemon thing is not working out for him. We all know that Spongebob and Patrick love to go out in the jellyfish fields and catch themselves some jellyfish. Spongebob even technically had a pet jellyfish in the episode Frankendoodle, so I knew I had to add a Frillish to our team. And in reference to that episode, I called him Doodlefish. Over in Issaris City, we were finally able to show off our summer body in all its glory, as our gargantuan muscles carried us to victory over King Neptune. Afterwards, Bubble Bass somehow summoned this legendary beast on top of the Dragon Spiral Tower. Silly Bubble Bass, legendary Pokemon don't know how to flip Krabby Patties. While traversing the Relic Castle, Doodlefish evolved into Jellicent. And looking back on it, I should have caught the female version, since they look a lot more like the typical jellyfish in SpongeBob, but whatever. We then briefly spoke with Plankton at the bottom, and he apparently has part of the Krabby Patty formula. That can't be good. Dang it, Patrick! You're always battling me at the worst possible times. Oh well. Luckily, this is one of the last times we'll see him in this game. Wait, I'm supposed to be Spongebob. So I probably shouldn't say that. Spongebob and his friends have a pretty big fear of the hash-slinging slasher. And you know, the best way to conquer your fears is to face them head on. So I caught a poniard who sort of looks like the hash-slinging slasher, and now SpongeBob is forced to become friends with him and utilize him on the team. It looks like it'll take some time though, because Poniard died during the battle with Drayden. On the bright side, we did manage to get the 8th and final gold star, but we also have to sell another item. We're at the point in the game where I have a lot of good items, so please do not screw me over. Siri, give me a number between 1 and 48.
That would be 35.
Oh boy, let's see what this is. Oh, thank goodness we did not have to sell this thing earlier on. All of my Pokemon are basically fully evolved at this point, so I could care less about the Eviolite. Squidward ran into me one more time on Route 10, but I think we finally convinced him to give up on this whole Pokemon Master thing and focus on his musical career. Alright, I've grinded all my team members to level 50, so here's a look at them. Now I know this team isn't the best, and we are just a little yellow sponge that lives in a pineapple, but it's time to find out if we can insert our names into Bikini Bottom's Hall of Fame. The first Elite Four room gave off a spooky vibe, and it was filled with levitating objects. This could only mean that we were going up against the Flying Dutchman. Luckily, SpongeBob is pretty used to seeing ghosts, so his team was no match for the likes of Doodlefish, Campfire, and Gary. My goodness, Perch Perkins, I didn't know you had this dark side in you. Unfortunately, though, you haven't been going to the gym like me and getting all these big gains. Oh, never mind. Our muscles died. However, that's okay because my pet Rock can come in to finish the job. A lady that uses long intellectual words, kind of like a robot? This must mean we're facing off against Karen. But the bond between SpongeBob and the hash-slinging slasher has grown too strong, so your psychic types stand no chance. Oh, and by the way, you should probably convince your co-owner to stop trying to steal the Krabby Patty formula. Just letting you know. Now this is the showdown I've been looking forward to. Who has the bigger muscles? Me or Larry the Lobster? Tough luck, Larry. It appears to me that you don't hit leg day, so clearly my Pokemon have the upper advantage. Uh-oh, it looks like Bubble Bass has been secretly building a restaurant underground to rival the Krusty Krabs, and it's now somehow rising up out of the ground. We have to get to the bottom of this. Alright, Bubble Bass, you need to stop critiquing the Krusty Krabs, and just accept that it's the best restaurant. Oh, okay, you didn't have to. No, that's not how. Okay, you can stop now. Thank you, Bubble Bass. Now take some time to think about what you've done. What is this plot twist? Plankton was using Bubble Bass this entire time to get access to the Krabby Patty formula? That's not cool, Plankton. Too bad you can't handle the wrath of my pet snail, pet rock, massive muscles, dancing cactus, pet jellyfish, and the hash-slinging slasher himself. Yeah, that's right. Go back to the chum bucket. And with Bikini Bottom being saved, SpongeBob has become a Pokemon Master. Okay, before I get into the outro stuff, can I just say that Maractus deserves more love. I know it's a forgettable Pokemon, but it was kind of a beast. Anyways, this has to be one of my favorite videos I've made so far on the channel. From playing Pokemon in a unique way, to writing the script and editing it all together, I had a ton of fun with this video. So, if you want to see me play other Pokemon games like this, then be sure to let me know by dropping a like and leaving a comment down below. For now though, have a great rest of your day, and until next time, deuces!